distinguished ladies and gentlemen, members of staff, I want to congratulate all of us for being alive. And I pray that we make the best use of the privilege that Almighty God has granted all of us. Governor Akinwumi Ambode has adopted several strategies that is winning for the state. And you don't change a winning style. That is why for the first time in the history of this state, exactly about 12 months to an election, nobody is indicating interest in contesting election in Lagos State. It tells you that if you know what you are doing and you adopt best practices, you will be ahead of others. You will have competitive advantage. The essence of the retreat is for us individually to look at ourselves, define your purpose in life, because it is your purpose that will drive you. If I ask you what are the values of our ministry, those values must have something driving the values. Your purpose in life drives your values. They assist you because you can generate as many values as possible. I want each of us to think about his own personal integrity. Think about your own self-efficacy. Think about emerging as an authentic leader. When we say authentic leader, we are saying don't deceive us and don't deceive yourself. So many people wear the persona. Persona is a mask. When you try to emulate some people, you copy them. You are not yourself. You must always be real. It is only your authentic self that can achieve. Whatever you attempt to prove that you are, which authentically you are not, will not last. So, in those days, they talk about intelligent quotient, IQ. These days, you talk about emotional intelligence. And when you talk about emotional intelligence, you are talking about your self-awareness. It is important for you to be self-aware. You must know what are my shortcomings, what are the inadequacies, because only God is described with all sense of perfection. Some degree of introspection is very important before you can move ahead. And when you come to a retreat like this, you are also planning for your own entrepreneurship skills, because eventually you are going to be on your own. The system is not made for anyone. It's just a passing phase. Unfortunately, the most productive part of your years are spent here. Therefore, whatever you can pick in terms of values, you plan for your own retirement. In fact, before you retire, you begin to invest right from now, because you have intrapreneurship and entrepreneurship. The INTRA is when you work as an entrepreneur in somebody else's job. That is intrapreneur, you know. But when you see ENTRE, that means you are on your own. So before eventually you are on your, as a public servant, you are intra, because you want to demonstrate the best qualities of an entrepreneur in an organization. So wherever you are a leader. So the first concept, like I said, is self-awareness. be truthful to yourself. I have some shortcomings in this aspect of my job. So what do you then go, what's the next stage? Self-regulation. I'm able to self-regulate because I'm now self-aware. Before you now move to the third level, which is self-actualization. When you know your purpose, then you set your goal. What do I want to achieve? In every department, you have a goal. That's a subset of the goal of the ministry. To achieve your goal, you need to draw a strategy triangle. My goal, this is my goal, this is what I want to achieve. Then what are my internal operating capacity? Oh, I'm a computer analyst. What are those competencies that I also need to acquire? Because there are changes outside. You all know that the world is changing, yes or no? Yes. Okay, so when the changes outside is more than the changes inside, the end is in sight. It means if you are not as dynamic as your immediate environment, the environment is changing, but you are not changing, the end is in sight. You must be as dynamic as the environment you are working in. So you have your goal, then you have your internal operating capacity, then you have your external support and legitimacy. External support and legitimacy is what you receive from the permanent secretary, from the directors, from the management, from the government. I want to do X, Y, Z. These are my ideas. So you must have an alignment, a triangular alignment that aligns your goals with your internal operating capacity and your external legitimacy and support. You won't be able to achieve that unless you are truthful to yourself. So my appeal is, be strategic in what you do. Be strategic. Being strategic means organizing yourself with a plan, with strategies to achieve the plan, and lastly, with a robust implementation plan. 9 out of 10 plans are not implemented. It's so easy to draft strategies, but to achieve the implementation of the strategy, many fail. So you have implementable plans that are never implemented. So, and that brings us to the idea of you yourself, as you are part of the success story of Mr. Kim Yambodi. And that is what brings me to team building. Team building. In your department, think less of yourself and think more of the ultimate goal. There used to be a definition for leadership before. If you have attended several schools, seminars, that is not the way leaders are identified this year. It's not about the number of schools or the number of programs you have attended. A leader is a leader if he is able to impact on others. That's why you give people autonomy, you motivate them, you challenge them. Inspirational motivation is that my leader has granted me the autonomy to do X, Y, Z, and I want to be proud to say I have done this. But you have an idea, and your leader is not allowing you to even express it, to demonstrate your competence. You are being demotivated. Spread the word. It's not anybody's job. In fact, you can help people on their job, but grant them the autonomy to develop. Because they will not forever be tied to you. They will still be on their own. So if you do not develop them, they will never have the confidence that they could do it. So don't forget the definition of the 21st century leader. Who is the 21st century leader? A leader that develops. What are we transiting from? I to we. It's about a team. And I want you to take note of everything. Do not underrate any facilitator. There's nobody we cannot learn from. I have come with the intention of learning from the facilitator. So I urge you that you take the best advantage of what you have here. It's not just about the ministry, it's also about your life. I wish you a very successful retreat.